Remember that sleek golden green spaceship on wheels from Bewitched? The one that looked like it rolled straight out of a fever dream designed by NASA and Hot Wheels? That was the Reactor. And it wasn't just a prop. It was a rolling work of automotive sorcery. Today we're counting down 10 wild facts about the car that made Samantha's magic look almost normal.
Hydraulic suspension system. And look at that control panel. It's even got a radar screen.
Number 10. The tilt-up party trick. How do you get into a car with no doors? The Reactor solved that puzzle with style. The entire roof panel and windshield are hinged at the rear, tilting up and back like a sci-fi clamshell. Underneath that lightweight aluminum body, Gene Winfield built a cockpit you accessed from above, not the side. Exposed front wheels sat naked and proud, while the rears hid behind skirts, creating a profile that screamed future louder than any concept sketch. It was part car, part carnival attraction. Imagine parallel parking and then watching your roof levitate while onlookers gawked. If Batman's gadgets had a love child with a custom show rod, this canopy would be the birth announcement.
He comes from the survey vessel, the SS Beagle.
Number 9. 18 photos with Captain Kirk. When Star Trek needed a futuristic ride for Season 2, Episode 25, Bread and Circuses, they renamed the Reactor the Jupiter 8. That cameo wasn't just a quick drive-by. The studio shot at least 18 different publicity photos pairing the car with William Shatner, turning a single guest appearance into a full-blown marketing blitz. Those glossy promo stills cemented the car's sci-fi street cred and basically gave it an IMDb page before IMDb existed. By the time Trekkies were done drooling over the photos, the Reactor had more press coverage than some actual starships. And yes, it still looked cooler than a red shirt's chances of survival.
Will you look at that power plant?
Number 8. A turbocharged flat 6 heart. Pop the non-existent hood, and you'll find something Detroit rarely dared to touch. A Chevrolet Corvair Corsa turbocharged flat 6. That air-cooled 180 horsepower engine sat up front, not in back where Corvairs usually hid their mills. Winfield mounted it to power the front wheels, flipping convention on its head, and giving the show rod a stance lower than a limbo champion's career prospects. The turbo whistle and flat 6 howl made the Reactor sound as alien as it looked. A mechanical soundtrack for a car that refused to play by muscle car rules. While your neighbor's GTO was chugging premium and revving V8s, this thing was sipping air and spinning boost like a European sports car that got zapped by a ray gun. Number 7. French suspension, American swagger. Winfield didn't stop at a Corvair engine. He bolted it to the drivetrain from a 1962 Citroën ID19. That French donor brought hydropneumatic suspension to the party. The same self-leveling magic that made Citroëns float over cobblestones in Paris. Ground clearance could swing wildly, from 4 inches, practically scraping asphalt, all the way up to 9.5 inches when you needed to clear a curb or impress a TV camera crew. On Bewitched, that adjustable ride height let the car squat low for glamour shots, then rise up for practicality. Or just to mess with viewers who thought they were hallucinating. It was like having hydraulics before lowriders made them cool, except powered by French engineering instead of batteries and switches. Number 6. The gold to green fadeaway. If you caught the Reactor on a color TV in the 60s, one detail burned itself into your retinas. Gene Winfield's signature fadeaway paint job. The body transitioned from shimmering metal flake gold on top to deep green below, a gradient so smooth it looked airbrushed by angels with steady hands. That fade wasn't just pretty, it was strategic. Reading loud and clear on early color broadcasts and in magazine spreads. Winfield had perfected the technique on other customs, but on the Reactor, it became part of the car's DNA, as iconic as the canopy or the exposed wheels. In an era when most show cars wore single candy colors, this two-tone fade was basically a middle finger to boring paint jobs everywhere.
Get in this car or I'll blow whatever little brains you have out.
Number 5. Catwoman's Ride in Gotham. After Bewitched and Star Trek, the Reactor prowled onto Batman Season 3, Episode 16 as the Catmobile. Catwoman needed wheels that matched her slinky, villainous vibe, and a low-slung, canopy-topped spaceship fit the bill perfectly. The car's radical stance and tilt-up cockpit played right into the show's campy comic book aesthetic, where every gadget and vehicle had to out-weird the last. While the Batmobile got all the merchandising love, the Catmobile had style. Proof that even Gotham's bad guys knew good design when they saw it. It was sleek, dangerous, and way too cool for a hero to drive, which made it perfect for a feline femme fatale with a taste for larceny.
Excuse, Mr. Joker.
Thanks.
Drive slowly. Watch out for the light.
Number 4. The $20,000 Dream Commission. Before it became a TV star, the Reactor started as the Autorama Special, commissioned by East Coast show promoter Joe Kizis for a cool $20,000. That 1965 budget was serious money, enough to buy a new Corvette and a house down payment in some zip codes. The design came from Ben Delphia at Art Center College of Design, the same school churning out automotive legends. And the car went on to win the Tournament of Fame at the 1966 Grand National Roadster Show. Kizis wanted a showstopper that would pack auditoriums, and Winfield delivered a rolling sculpture that made jaws hit the floor from coast to coast. $20,000 well spent? Ask anyone who saw it tilt that canopy open under stage lights. Number 3. Wide front, narrow rear stance. Most cars aim for symmetry. The Reactor said no thanks and kept the Citroen's oddball geometry, a wide front track and a narrow rear. That uneven stance gave the front wheels a beefy, planted look, while the tucked-in rears added a visual wedge effect, like the car was perpetually leaning into a turn. It wasn't a bug, it was a feature, emphasizing the futuristic land rocket vibe and making the proportions feel otherworldly. Stand behind it at a car show, and the rear looked almost dainty. Walk around front, and suddenly it had the shoulders of a linebacker. In an era obsessed with long hoods and wide rear haunches, Winfield flipped the script and made asymmetry work.
Now we'll exchange Gorman for the girl my way.
Number 2. Mission Impossible's Secret Weapon. The Reactor didn't stop at sitcoms and superhero camp. It also infiltrated Mission Impossible in the episode The Freeze. That appearance slotted the car into the world of espionage gadgets, tape recorders that self-destruct, and impossible heists pulled off by impossibly cool operatives. Its sleek, low profile made it look like it could hide a laser cannon or a mini computer under that aluminum skin, fitting seamlessly alongside the IMF's high-tech props. While Jim Phelps was orchestrating capers, the Reactor was parked in the background, looking like it just drove off a Cold War weapons lab's drawing board. If you blinked during the episode, you missed automotive history, moonlighting as a spy's daily driver.
Oh, it's beautiful!
That makes the Batmobile look like a skateboard.
Number 1. Bewitched's Supercar. And here's the big one. The Reactor landed its most famous role in Bewitched, Season 3, Episode 19, titled Supercar. Produced by Screen Gems, that episode turned the car into a magical plot device, its adjustable suspension and otherworldly looks selling the fantasy that Samantha's powers extended to automobiles. The hydro-pneumatic ride let it rise and fall on cue, while the fadeaway paint and canopy cockpit made it look like something that belonged in Endora's garage, not a Chevrolet showroom. For a generation of TV viewers, the Reactor was the supercar, a rolling symbol of 60s optimism, where technology, design, and a little Hollywood magic could create something that defied every rule Detroit had written. It wasn't just a prop. It was proof that the future had already arrived. wrapped in gold to green metal flake and sitting 4 inches off the ground.
What are you doing?
Starting the car.
What for?
So I can drive it.
Bonus fact, Tournament of Fame glory. But wait, before Hollywood ever called, the Reactor had already conquered the custom car world's biggest stage. In 1966, fresh off the build, Winfield rolled it into the Grand National Roadster Show and walked away with the Tournament of Fame Award, the custom scene's equivalent of an Oscar. That trophy validated every crazy decision. The Corvair Citroën mashup, the tilt-up canopy, the fadeaway paint, and announced that Gene Winfield had built something transcendent. While other builders were chasing chrome and flames, Winfield created a legitimate work of rolling art that the judges couldn't ignore. The award launched the Reactor into the stratosphere, setting up every TV cameo that followed, and proving that sometimes the wildest ideas win the biggest trophies. So there you have it, 10 facts plus a bonus that prove the Reactor wasn't just another show car. It was a cultural chameleon, shape-shifting from Bewitched Witchmobile to Starfleet Cruiser to Catwoman's getaway ride. Until next time, keep your suspension adjustable and your paint jobs unforgettable, because life's too short to drive something boring. The Reactor, out.